What up? Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Good morning. We back at it again. Hunter Rizzle, what up? Ty Brown, ASAP Auto. Y'all know how we do. We up early this morning. And we about to heat up. We're going to talk about a few topics. Y'all already know how I do. Randy Nichols, what's up, bro? I see all the bros pulling up. You know, y'all know how it go. The early bird get the worm. That's how it go. That's right. The hustle don't stop. We always gonna get to it. But we got a couple things we got to talk about today because things are getting weird. We already know that. And it's still Black History Month. So we're gonna talk about some Black history, I guess. What up, Jay Brown? I got a few topics I'm gonna be covering. And I told y'all when y'all heard the episode yesterday, I told you how a lot of these older celebrities gonna be popping back out in the news. And now you're starting to see a trend of all the old rappers coming back, all of the whatever you want to call them, everybody's coming back out of hiding. Y'all remember when everybody was laying low? Now they all coming back out of hiding. They all are trending. And most of the trend you'll see is all stupidity, foolishness. But I told you for Black History Month, you're going to see some of the dumbest stuff. That's just how it go. Anyway, I'm going to be touching on Snoop Dogg and how he's being sued for sexual assault allegations from a situation that happened in 2013. And he said he feel like this particular woman is coming for his money, being that he's about to be performing for the Super Bowl this week. That's what he said out of his mouth. It's all alleged. I'm also going to be talking about Jim Jones in the Gucci store. And I'm pretty sure y'all already saw that. So I know I got to give my opinion on that situation. And I'm also going to be talking about an Atlanta rapper by the name of Big BHRIS. Supposed to be Big Chris, but allegedly he's a blood, so his name is Big BHRIS. And he's been arrested for attempted murder on an Atlanta cop. And that's also alleged. Flat Riot, ABG, BK all day. You already know. What else am we talking about? I'm also going to be talking about how Wack 100 says he has full control over Tekashi 6ix9ine's career. And for those who've been following me for a long time, y'all know I already said this months ago. I said this a long time ago that Wack 100, he's seen a bag off of 6ix9ine. And when he did the interview with academics, he was testing the waters. Then you're also going to see how all of this came together right in your face. And I'm not hating on Wack at all. But I'm going to be speaking about that because I already spoke about it. I'm also going to be talking about how one of Young Dolph's alleged killer, you know, the dude, Justin Johnson, whatever his name is, straight drop, how he was already a registered sex offender. So like I said, shenanigans. Also, 50 Cent spoke out about Moneybag Joe and his distribution of crack pipes. We're going to talk about it today. What up, Cracky? Y'all be flooding me with a whole bunch of news. I can't cover everything because sometimes I be formatted, but I'm definitely gonna get to it. But thanks for the support. Y'all keep it coming. So, like I said, we're gonna get through this today. I'm not gonna hold y'all that long. I'm gonna try not to anyway. We're gonna chop it up today. So let's begin this nonsense. Oh yeah, it's the Fun of Fame Live episode 102. That's what's going down. Thanks for everybody for pulling up. But I gotta get into this. Now, these are just allegations. But it's a lot of details in this story with Snoop Dogg. And I'm gonna be real, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny if this really happened. But if this story is not true, this is a very funny story. And this is reported by TMZ. Y'all know the three-letter boys are media. Y'all already know how they do. They know everything. Anyway, Snoop Dogg is being sued for sexual assault. A woman claims Snoop Dogg forced oral sex on her back in 2013. And the woman is going by the name of Jane Doe. So she does not want to be revealed. And she's making claims that on May 29th, 2013, so she knows the exact date according to her. On May 29th, 2013, she attended one of Snoop's shows in Anaheim, California. After the show, the woman claims Bishop Don Magic Juan, the pimp, y'all know Snoop's sidekick at that time. She says that Bishop Don Magic Juan, a Snoop Dogg associate, offered her a ride home. She says she fell asleep in the car, and when she awoke, she was at Don Juan's home. She said the bishop, when she was in his home, she said the bishop removed his Johnson and put it in her face, and he repeatedly shoved it in her mouth, allegedly. She said Bishop Don Juan gave her a dress after that and told her to put it on so they can go to Snoop's studio. And she claims that Don Juan said, I want to see if Snoop is willing to make you a weather girl for a particular TV show he had at the time. Y'all know that network he was doing his little show. And the woman says that she claims she was a model and a dancer. But she says she went to Snoop's location, but when she got there, she had a stomach ache. So she went to the bathroom. And while she was on the toilet, she said Snoop walked in standing with his crotch in her face while she was taking a doo-doo. And then she said Snoop forced her to have oral sex with him. And she said after that, Bishop Don Magic Juan told her to come here and take a picture with Snoop. And she said she was scared and took the picture. She said Snoop wouldn't hire her for the weather girl position because she refused to wittingly and enthusiastically give oral sex to Snoop. Now, Snoop Dogg denies the entire story, saying it's a pack of lies, calling her a gold digger. So we got another story of allegations of sexual assault. And this time, Snoop Dogg. And it's funny because I was going to report as well how Snoop Dogg just bought back Death Row. He just bought back Death Row Records. And a lot of people don't know Hasbro, Hasbro, the toy company, they was the last owners of Death Row. But it's been reported that Snoop Dogg, he bought back Death Row Records. I don't know if it was all of his money. I don't know if he had private investors, but he just recently brought back Death Row. Snoop Dogg is supposed to be performing at the Super Bowl. And I already told y'all about how these old entertainers are popping out. So I don't understand how all these old entertainers are going to be performing at the Super Bowl like it's no other new talent that's out right now. It's going to be Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and the only young rapper or new entertainer is going to be Kendrick Lamar. But they bringing back a lot of entertainers that are in their 50s, late 40s. Snoop Dogg is over 50. Dre is over 50. And Eminem is probably pushing 50 if he ain't 50 already. But I already know they're trying to appeal to an older crowd, because y'all got to understand that it's a lot of older people that still like rap. And when these old rappers come out, it's really to appeal to the older rap audience. You know, people that's in the late 40s and early 50s and almost the ones that's 60 years old. Anyway, this thing with Snoop Dogg is weird. And I'm not taking no sides. These are all allegations. But if this is true, these are some nasty dudes. Because the woman has made a report about how Don Juan was flashing his wood in her face when he was supposed to take her home, and he brought her to his house and started waving his stick in her face, and then allegedly started ramming it in her mouth. Then after that, he told her to put on a dress. So maybe he was in straight pimp form, I guess, when he was trying to get this woman to be a weather girl for Snoop, so maybe he can get him a cut. I don't know. Then the woman says, after that fact, when Don Magic Juan was ramming her mouth, he took her to Snoop Dogg's studio. And the thing that's weird, the woman said her stomach was messed up because Don Magic Juan is old. So after that happened, allegedly, she might have got real sick in her stomach. And by the time she got to Snoop crib, she had to go to the bathroom. And she said when she was on the bathroom taking a dump, that boy Snoop Dogg oozed up in the bathroom and started waving his crotch in her face. Now, if he did this, he's a nasty dude. But this is all alleged. These are not facts. It's just mighty funny. All these allegations just happen to come out. But what I will say, it's a lot of people struggling right now. A lot of people doing bad. Especially if you was in that Hollywood game, if you was trying to get in that entertainment game. See, and then you got to realize this. It's a lot of people sitting back right now, probably used to be in the game, could have had a career. They sitting back watching the stars. They was around, 10, 20 years ago. They're like, man, she probably like, I was just around Snoop Dogg. I remember that. We was having fun, all type of stuff. Now they sitting back, their money ain't right. And then they actually playing back in their mind how they got violated. And now a lot of them want to speak out. Y'all know how it go. But like I'm going to say, if this story is true, these are some dirty dudes. Just simple for the fact you go in a bathroom with a chick. I don't want to smell nobody on no toilet. And that could be somebody I'm with. I don't want to smell that. I don't want to smell no female taking a dump. That's just me. But this woman said Snoop Dogg slid in the bathroom and was waving that stuff in her face. I don't know. That's a good point. When I saw that right there, Black Barbie 05, she said, haven't Snoop been accused of these things before? I think so. I don't know. I know one thing. When you because you got to also play back in your mind at this time. This one, Snoop Dogg was playing that pimp role. Y'all got to remember, Snoop Dogg, he went from every level. That's why he's a clown too. I got to keep it real. He's a clown. You see, Snoop Dogg is going to do whatever is profitable at that time. You see, he came out as the big Crip. You seen Snoop try to be a pimp when that was profitable. You seen Snoop turn into Snoop Lion, tried to be a Rastaman when his career was in the gutter. You also seen Snoop drop a gospel album when that was profitable. He tried to be a pastor. So Snoop would put on any costume he got to put on to get $1. We know that. And around this time, you got to remember, he was claiming pimp. Even though the whole time that man was a married man, he portrayed to the world that he was a pimp. And you got to understand that Snoop Dogg is a lot of people OG. Meaning a lot of people look up to Snoop Dogg as their big homie. So the fact of the matter is, y'all watch Snoop Dogg put on all these uniforms. How many of y'all saw the picture with him and Caitlyn Jenner when they was chilling together one night? He was chilling hard with Caitlyn Jenner. Snoop Dogg is a clown, and he has been paid to be a clown for over 30 years. He turned a whole lot of people out on smoking blunts in the early 90s and drinking gin and juice. He promoted the Crip lifestyle and made a whole lot of money off the Crips for a long time. As you see in his picture, he still got his colors on. He still got that neighborhood Crip colors on his shirt. Because he's going to capitalize off gang whenever he got to. He's going to capitalize off anything he got to. And you also seen it with Martha Stewart. Snoop has been caught with marijuana on an airplane, never did a day in jail. And who else? Suge Knight told you about Snoop. He told you how to watch all these rappers that always get in trouble but never go to jail. Suge told you about that. But a lot of y'all ain't listen. But what I will say about Snoop Dogg, he is the master of wearing costumes. We saw that man be a gospel rapper. We saw that man be a Rastaman rapper. We seen that man be the biggest OG Crip. We seen that man with pimp cups. He was pimping since pimping, and hanging with Don Magic Juan. But the whole time, he was a married man with a family. We also seen him play the role of a coach on a football field. This is a man of many different faces. And that's what he's been paid to do. That's why Snoop Dogg could smoke bud wherever he want. He been smoking weed like it was legal a long time ago. They even had a nerve to put Snoop Dogg on Sesame Street before. Because that's a whole nother science on what he represents. And I'll get into that another time. But his whole purpose was to represent drugs, sex, and destruction. That's what he got paid to do. And another thing, he the same dude that helped provoke what? The East Coast, West Coast beef. When him and the Dog Pound made that video knocking over the buildings, for those that remember at that time, that got New York very, very tight at that time. But then they try to turn around and say they was just paying homage to New York. That wasn't a diss video. So that's why when they came to New York that time and they were shooting that video, allegedly, when Biggie got on the radio, he sent the goons, and the goons started busting shots at their video shoot. And some say this is what was another spark to the East Coast, West Coast beef, but Snoop Dogg had his hands in that pot the whole time, gassing it up. When Pac got out of jail and Pac started riding on New York, who was standing next to Pac? Snoop Dogg. Ain't nothing but a gangster party in the courtroom, gassing it up. But when it started getting lit, Snoop Dogg ain't want to hang with Pac no more. And y'all already heard about how Pac was ready to get at that boy. And when they went to New York, he tried to say he ain't had no beef with New York. He loved New York. But then again, let's also rewind. Remember, Snoop Dogg was the main one talking at the Salsa Wars. Y'all ain't got no love for Death Row. Y'all ain't got no love for the West Coast. Remember he was talking all that talk? He was instigating. So Snoop had his hands in a lot of stuff. And then he always hide his hand and act like he ain't do nothing. And we know it's a lot of people that's the master of that. They start drama, and then when you check them or you pull up, they say, what you talking about? I didn't do nothing. I didn't know. All that. That's what Snoop Dogg is. A master of many costumes, a master of many personalities, and he has mastered that craft. And I'm pretty sure Snoop is a very intelligent man. But he's in his 50s now. And you got to understand that Snoop Dogg is still trying to portray this role of some OG Crip pimp. He's a married man. But as long as people keep supporting and buying his music, he's going to keep on doing it. We also know that what? Snoop Dogg was at the concert when Draco the Ruler got stabbed up. So let's rewind that a little bit. In the midst of the death row beef, East Coast, West Coast, out of all the beef Snoop had, ain't no man never was able to get close to him to stab him up at no concert or even beat him up at a concert. So why they didn't get that boy Draco the Ruler some real security where he couldn't get faded at his own concert that he was opening up at? Simple questions. And like I told y'all yesterday, you'll see that all the rappers that was up and coming, about to blow, about to take the stage, about to take over, he's gone, they gone, and then you see the old rappers popping back out. So Draco the Ruler gone, now Snoop Dogg back in position. Boom. About to perform at the Super Bowl. You dig? Just bought Death Row back. He back trending again. So I'm gonna break all these dudes down because it's very, you see, I was able to see them throughout the generations. Meaning I seen them, you know, since I was young. Now I'm able to see all their transitions. See, before I was tricked too. I was fooled. But like the past 10 years, I've been on their neck. Because I've been peeped all of them out a long time ago. I've been peeped the whole game. But you're going to see how Snoop Dogg always played different roles. And then when the smoke clear, Snoop Dogg always be like, he ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He a positive. He want to kick positivity. Let's just all get along. You see? He's a snake. Salute to the chat. I see all y'all. What's up, Mr. Lay Jones, Mr. X, AP Wiz, John Shaft. But y'all know Snoop Dogg is a snake, and y'all know he is the master of wearing costumes. When it ain't Halloween, that's what he do. Whatever's popping at that time, that's what Snoop Dogg gonna do, period. And it's a lot of people like that. They are the masters of deceit, aka trickery. And that's what he does. That's why he been able to smoke weed before it was legal and you couldn't. And you're going to see that Snoop Dogg has never, ever went to jail. So we already know he helped start that East Coast, West Coast beef. He kept it going. When his career went down the gutter, he'll start singing gospel raps. We see him try to be a Jamaican to get that Jamaican money. And we also saw him with Caitlyn Jenner. So Snoop Dogg has no morals, no principles. He don't care. That's how he roll. But Snoop Dogg is being sued for sexual allegations. And a woman said that Snoop Dogg tried to force his meat in her face when she was taking a dump. And she said Bishop Don Magic Juan allegedly is the one who violated her first and brought her to Snoop Dogg studio. So, like I said, these are all allegations. These are not actual facts. But if these are facts, they some foul, dirty dudes. And they some nasty old men. Y'all also, you're right, we also did have it was a situation, I think, with him and Selena Powell or something like that. That Instagram model. He always doing something. Anyway, Snoop Dogg is being sued for sexual assault. So like I said, Snoop Dogg is trending for Black History Month because he is some people's OG and he represent the black culture right now. So that's what it is. But, you know, in Snoop's defense, he denies all allegations, and he said it's a pack of lies, and he called Jane Doe a gold digger. But she gave some very descriptive details, and I'm going to be real, she has to be a master storyteller, and she should write a book if this stuff is not true. Because this woman had a date, she said May 29, 2013, and she gave descriptive details. And it sounded like it could be one of them porno books. The way she said they was violating her like that, allegedly. And that's that on Snoop Dogg. And I told y'all, and I was going to report it today, and some of y'all already knew that Snoop Dogg just recently bought Death Row Records. So maybe some people feel like he was doing too much and he had to throw some smut on his jacket. That's how this thing works. They didn't do it no other time. As soon as Black History Month, they know Snoop Dogg is an icon. Snoop Dogg getting put on blast. That's how it worked. And now, the second dude in the picture, which is a Gump. And guess what? Snoop Dogg and Jim Jones, they got a lot in common. And I know that Jim Jones is a lot of y'all big homie. He a lot of y'all OG. He's a lot of y'all uncle, a lot of y'all big bro. But y'all keep forgetting that Cameron is Jim Jones' big homie. Y'all keep forgetting that. Y'all keep forgetting that Jim Jones used to be the sidekick, the one that couldn't even rap, the one that used to hold the mic with Cam, the one that used to roll the blunts and round up the goons to do the dirty work. And when Cam said get him, Jim Jones' job was to get him. Y'all keep forgetting his big homie is Cameron. Y'all keep forgetting that. But Jim Jones and Snoop Dogg got a lot in common. Jim Jones pimped the Blood Gang. And he used the Blood Gang to his whole advantage and made money. I already dropped the video. I ain't got to keep going into the past. I dropped the video over 6 months ago. And I also feel like when I dropped that video, certain people took that video and ran with it. Y'all know about the fake paperwork and all of that. I ain't throwing no shots. I'm just being real. I've been said how it's certain things this man been doing throughout his career that's been suspect. And I know for a fact, a lot of people are not here no more because of this man. And I'm not saying, I'm going to say allegedly, because I'm not saying that, you know, Jim Jones personally is responsible for people not being here. But I know for a fact he led a lot of people astray, like the real Jim Jones. That's why he got that name. That's why one of his first album is called On My Way to Church. Y'all remember the real Jim Jones? He was in the church, leading people astray. Jim Jones' first album, On My Way to Church, leading people astray. But y'all ain't get that. But my point is this. Jim Jones is another one that capitalized off of the Blood Gang and gang activity, even when he couldn't rap. He increased his rap by having greatness around him, like Max B, Stack Bundles. They are the ones who intensified Jimmy's rap style. And y'all seem to keep forgetting that. And the only reason why I'm talking about Jimmy, y'all big homie, is because Jim Jones was once again in the Gucci store. And he got mad because they didn't want to cater to him like that. Now let's check this out. Jim Jones, he dissed Gucci. Now remember, this is years after him saying he don't give a damn about what people think about wearing the brand. Do y'all remember when people was protesting Gucci in 2019? Did y'all forget it was a protest against Gucci? And Jim Jones is the same one that said he don't care about who want to protest. And he said this on May 25th, 2019. He said he don't care about what nobody think about him still wearing the brand. I'm showing you a hypocrite, a fraud. When everybody was protesting Gucci, he wanted to keep wearing Gucci. He was like, I don't care what nobody said. I'm going to still rock my Gucci. Now he want to cry. And he had the nerve to say that he was hurt when they didn't want to cater to him. And he said the main reason why he was hurt is because it was the black people treating him like that. But what he don't understand is every black person don't care about no rapper named Jim Jones. You got some black individuals that got more money than rappers and they don't rap. They're called entrepreneurs. You got entrepreneurs going to these stores. You got rich CEOs going to these stores. You're not the only one that goes into these stores. But my point is this. You are a rapper. You got money. You always pushing all these other brands, but you don't even wear your own clothes. That's how I'm going to show you how a lot of these celebrities be telling on themselves, meaning they know a lot of their clothes are cheap. That's why they don't even wear their own brand. Now, it's nothing wrong with wanting to wear designer, but out of all the designer you can wear, you still want to be rocking Gucci like that's the only brand to wear. And then you want to act like they're supposed to cater to you. When they see you on the TV, when they see you on the gram, whenever they see you, you acting like a fool. So why, just because you got money, they're supposed to cater to you? But my point is, this the same dude, when everybody was willing to protest, see, remember that. We can stop anything by coming together, protesting, standing up, boycotting. We can shut down any brand with a real boycott. That particular brand will fall off the market. But you got to understand, when it's time to boycott, it's always going to be a sellout that ain't going to be with the program. Y'all already know how this go. It's Black History Month. Y'all remember when certain individuals wanted to leave the plantation? You always had some, they like, I don't want to do, I ain't leaving. And then you had the ones that'll go tell massa, yo, they about to leave, they about to run away. You see, you always got them type of dudes. This has been going on. This ain't nothing new. So don't nobody care if Jimmy going to go in the store and complain about not getting no water and no champagne, because you should have had your own water brand. You should have had your own champagne like Rick Ross and a few others like Jay. You still got a low down gutter mentality, and you like to still blow your money on Gucci when you the same dude I could have sworn allegedly lost his house or couldn't pay taxes, something to that nature. You the same dude that was looking real bad when Cam cut you off and you was crying on Hot 97 because you was going broke, and you got so desperate you signed with Roc Nation. Now let's rewind that back. Do y'all remember when Dipset was in their prime, how they was banging on Jay-Z? Remember how Jim Jones had the most to say about Jay-Z? Y'all forgot about that. But then he turned around and signed to Roc Nation. Do you see a fool? Now let's break it down. Out of all the labels he could have signed to, all the labels, let's think about this. He signs to Roc Nation. And he also was trying to claim Dame Dash, running with Dame, because when Dipset broke up and he was doing bad a little bit, he was getting with Dame to get them ideas on them clothes. My point is, him and Dame was working together. You got to look at the 2010s, 2008, 9, around, all around them times when he was coming out with the Vamp Life, the clothes that was looking like knockoff Louis Vuitton and all that, them cheap clothes that he don't even wear. Remember, he was running with Dame. They was doing this and doing that. Then he shiested Dame out and ran to jail for that Roc Nation deal. You see? That's Jim Jones. That's our big homie. But the point is, he just like Snoop Dogg, because he'll capitalize off anything he got to capitalize off that time. And Jim Jones, he capitalized off that whole blood movement. That's why it's a lot of people he used to run with, they ain't here no more. But he's still walking around in the Gucci store crying. Well, he the same hypocrite that said he don't care if nobody don't want to rock Gucci. I'm still going to wear that. So what you crying for, boy? What's the big fuss about? And I also see that, as you can see, I said it yesterday, as the drill rappers been falling, you seeing people like Jim Jones sticking his head back out, getting back into trending topics, trying to make himself trendy again. You seeing a formula? Sneaking his head back out. A couple months ago, couple years ago, that boy he couldn't drop a hit. Yeah, he had his little album coming out. Yeah, he was doing his little thing, but y'all know what I'm talking. He ain't had a city. Them young boys took over the city. But now, since they falling, they hot. You know, they hot by the people. They taking losses. You see Jimmy creeping his way back out, trying to make himself trend. You still going into Master Store complaining. When you go in Master Store, all you need to do is buy what you need to buy and get up out of there and shut up. Because let's be real. Right now in the hood, people got other issues on their hands to be worried about some Gucci. That's why this ain't nothing but a distraction. And also, you're going to see what I told y'all. It's Black History Month, and magically, Jim Jones want to promote that we still being mistreated. We still ain't nobody. But my point is this. Bro, you can shop whatever store you want to shop in. You're the one that choose to keep going back to these stores after you already know where they stand. And like I said before, don't get it twisted. A lot of these clothing designers are racist or whatever you want to call them, but they're not going to tell you because it's business. So pick one. But you just mad because then maybe they didn't treat you like VIP because maybe they look at you like you a washed up rapper and you ain't lit no more. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that could be the case. Let's be real. But you don't want to accept it. You want to run to the gram and start up a whole bunch of nonsense about how they doing you dirty and they racist. You need to grow up, boy. You need to grow up because you're kind of slow in the head. It's the same dude that was jumping off stage just trying to fight. It's the same dude that was performing Certified Gangster, and when he finished, the club starts set tripping, shots start going off in the club, the parking lot, and when Jimmy leave town, it's about 2-3 people on the ground on the hospital. It's the same dude that started a whole lot of beef, and a lot of homies got locked up, holding him down. And he the same dude that's a grown man and still can't move without a pack. Maybe if you'd have went in a Gucci store by yourself, respectful, maybe you would have got catered to. But you always moving like a clown, like you still bang bang. And you ain't built like that no more, Jimmy. I'm just being real. You still never took responsibility for you trying to be the big homie and utilizing that whole non-trade wave. And you ran non-trade into the ground. And you the same dude that's on wiretap talking about super violate somebody. So let me remind a lot of you individuals who see Jimmy as your OG. Did y'all forget certain things you're supposed to never say on the phone or on paper? Y'all forgot about that? But y'all want to give Jimmy a pass when he do it, right? So I'm showing y'all how a lot of you dudes are frauds. Jimmy has done a lot of clownish behavior. That's all I'm saying. He did a lot of clownish behavior. Went on the run from the police, getting caught with all type of perks, guns, and drugs. And still in the Gucci store complaining. And him and Snoop Dogg have a lot in common. Like I said, they are capitalists. But you got to understand that Jimmy was the alleged muscle, but really Freaky Zeke was the muscle because Freaky Zeke was really putting hands and feet on people and knocking people's head off. And we see what happened to Freaky Zeke. But Jimmy is the type of individual that like to start a lot of drama because it was profitable. Do y'all remember when y'all see them Dipset videos and you will see 1,000 flags in the video, 1,000 homies, be walking, all type of stuff? Where they at now? But Jimmy capitalized off all of that. Y'all also got to remember how Jimmy had all that smoke with Max and French. He didn't want to pay max. But we also seen a couple years ago, recently, Jim Jones, he made up with French Montana during the pandemic. Y'all forgot that too, then y'all. You want to make up with French, see? But back then, you ain't want to squash the beef. You wanted to get it popping. I'm showing you how these dudes are clowns, and Jimmy is another clown because we got him crying on multiple occasions every time he started going broke. Y'all keep forgetting that. Cam had that boy crying. Talking about he wears heart on his sleeve. No, you soft, bro. You soft. And y'all keep giving Jimmy passes. But the point of the matter is, you went in the Gucci store, but guess what? They don't care about you. And for two, you the main one that said you're going to keep rocking Gucci. You don't care about what nobody say. Basically, when people wanted to protest, you wanted to still keep wearing it. When we said we ain't picking cotton no more, you said, I'm going to keep on picking this cotton. That's what you said. So why are we supposed to really care? People trying to pay their rent, their bills. Don't nobody care about you going to no Gucci store, bro. Because you ain't giving nothing back to the community. What had this man gave back to Harlem? Another dude. Every rap, he got Harlem in it. This the same dude that tried to drop an album called The Ghost of Rich Porter. And then we also allegedly heard how he didn't want no smoke with Alpo. This dude is a fraud. You're not going to get that through your head. But my bad, pardon me. I forgot. He's some of y'all big homie. He our OG, I forgot. And Jim Jones is just the Snoop Dogg of the East Coast. That's it. And he ran non-Trey in the ground. He drank the non-Trey gangsters. This the same dude that's in pictures with CEO Chris. CEO Chris, for those who don't know, he was an undercover cop, like Deep Cover, 187 on an undercover cop. That was CEO Chris. And CEO Chris was running with Jim Jones and the rest of the homies, the non-Trey gangsters running around New York City. They run around with an informant. The informant selling fake work that he getting from China on the internet. And Jim Jones was the main one chilling with CEO Chris. And CEO Chris was about 5, 6 different gangs, and Jim Jones was running with all of them and running with him. And like I said, in my opinion, Jimmy home chilling, CEO Chris home chilling, and the non-Trey gangsters, they locked up. Max B still locked up. So I told you, certain dudes, when you hang around them, ain't nothing good gonna happen. It's always gonna be ugly. So that's all I'm saying. I don't respect Jim Jones, and I don't care if he your big homie. This is my opinion. Because when I see clown behavior, I'm going to call it what it is. And Jim Jones is the master of capitalizing. I told y'all that incident with him and Freddie Gibbs was staged. When he did that, that put Jimmy Jones back. Boom. Everybody was calling him a snitch. Everybody was caught dissing him. That situation with him and Freddie Gibbs, boom, put him back in the algorithm. Now he trending again. He popping out again. Remember, he's another one. Before the pandemic, Jimmy was laying low to a certain degree. And I already told y'all how Jada Kiss and Freddie Gibbs was already making tracks together. They was already doing their thing because Freddie Gibbs, he come to New York a lot. He got a fan base in New York. And Jimmy and I know Jada, they've been working together. So I'm trying to tell you that whole situation was planned to get Jimmy back. Why you think after that incident happened, Freddie Gibbs went online the next day and showed you his face. He had no scars and he was laughing. But some of y'all didn't catch it. Jimmy is a finesser. Now, I will give Jimmy this. He is a hustler. He is a hustler. I give him that. He is a master hustler. I will give him that. But he's a hustler that finesses by trickery. And that's what he do. So my point is this. We don't care about Jim Jones going to no Gucci store because he the same one. When everybody wanted to protest, he the main one that said he going to keep buying Gucci. He don't care. But yesterday he got in his feelings the other day, and he actually said he was hurt. He was hurt. because it was the black people treating him like that. You see that? Always in his feelings. And all he did was go to another designer store and they gave him a bottle, a pacifier. Like, you know, you give a kid a little bottle, you give a baby a little bottle, you can still give a grown man a big bottle and pacify him too. Because some dudes, all they really want is a bottle. You can shut them up. Pacifier. That's what it's called. And he was happy. The other store he went to, they gave him some water, some champagne. I ain't going to shout out the other store he went to. My point is this. There's plenty of designer stores. But I also broke down and did the story on, I did a video on how all of these brands, I don't care if it's Gucci, Fendi, Louis, they all deal with the same makers. And a lot of that stuff is made in China and then it's sent to Italy for the final touches and certain extra designs and extra layers of leather and things of that nature. But the original print is made in China. They all come from the same place when it's designed. Then it's sent to Italy to be finalized. I did a report on this. The Balenciagas, the Fendi, all of that. They all the same. And then if you know about the company, the parent company, the same parent company is the parent company of Louis, Gucci, Fendi. Y'all don't know that. So a lot of y'all was protesting Gucci, but you ran to Fendi. You ran to Louis, but you ain't even understand that. They all down together. And what you don't understand about Gucci is, for real, a lot of them high-end designers, they don't want certain people wearing their clothes because they feel like you ruining their brand. They don't want you wearing that. So y'all remember when Gucci put out the sweater with the black face on and everybody had a fit? They did that on purpose because they didn't want people wearing their clothes. They looking at it like when you wear their clothes, you running it down the drain. You basically devaluing their product. Therefore, the stocks won't go up because, let's be real, you got to know how fashion works. The rich is always looking for a brand or an elite brand that the average person can't afford or wear. So when they start seeing people in the hood rocking Gucci, Louis, the rich and elite, they start looking for other brands to expand on so it won't seem like y'all on the same level. That's how it works. So Gucci purposely tried to piss people off because they don't want a certain people rocking their gear like that. That's how it works. That's why you always heard with certain clothing lines, you always hear about the racial allegations. You know why? They want you to stop wearing it. Why you think even Polo, I see in the chat, somebody said about Polo, yeah, Polo, why you think they came out with the purple label to separate the high-end Polo from the low-level Polo that you get out of Macy's that you wear in the hood? They had to have a low-level version of Polo that's in Jimmy Jazz in certain places. Then they got the elite level of Polo that they wear in Beverly Hills. Purple label. See, every brand got a low end and a high end. So people like Gucci, they don't want people rocking their clothes on a low end. So they purposely put out media reports of racial behavior so you won't wear it no more because they don't want you wearing it anyway. That's how it works. When they do the demographics, they say a certain amount of these people been wearing it, but the people that we really want wearing it, they have been dealing with other brands. They're not buying it like that. You see, I don't want to play the race game, but I'm trying to tell you this is how it works. So when you see Jimmy in a Gucci store, he represents a hood individual going in a Gucci store. Not Jim Jones. He represents the people from the hood. And Gucci don't want that type of business. They don't care if you got the money. They don't want you wearing their brand because they feel like you're ruining it. This is something I learned a long time ago. And for those that don't know, I'm going to put you on. Like whenever you see a crackhead in the hood with a particular clothing item on, that's when you know that brand is down the gutter. To be honest with you, that's why me personally, I love Jordans. I like Jordans, but I don't really care about Jordans because you understand a lot of people in their 50s rock Jordans. You got crackheads that wear Jordans. Whenever old head want to get fresh, the first thing they're going to do is buy a pair of Jordans. Whenever a fiend gets some money, the first thing they're gonna do is go buy a pair of Jordans. I'm just saying, I understand what Jordan. I understand it. Why you think they had to make the off-white Jordans? They had to have a Jordan that was $1,000, $500 to separate. So when the elite and the rich wear their Jordans, they're not gonna wear the same Jordans as Joe in the hood. So this whole fashion thing is different. It's very tricky too. But my point is this, Jimmy. It's no reason to cry because Gucci don't want your money. That's what they was trying to tell you. They really wanted you to walk out the store. That's what they wanted you to do. The managers of the high-ups prior already got the call when certain people come in the store, piss them off on purpose. That's my opinion. But my point is this. Jimmy went in the store crying, and he the same one that said he was going to rock it anyway when everybody wanted to protest. So now, Jimmy, we don't want to hear about you not being serviced in the Gucci store because you sound like a fool, and that's what you are. And you're the same one that pimped the Bloods, the New York Bloods. You pimped the New York Bloods, and you made a lot of money. And you ain't give nothing back to the hood at all. I don't care if you gave out a couple dollars. I don't care if you gave out a few packs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He ain't really do nothing. But that's some of y'all big homie. And he ain't nothing but a Snoop Dogg of the East Coast, like I said. And Cam is his big homie. So put some respect on Cameron's name. Because if it wasn't for Cameron, it would be no Jim Jones. He wouldn't have got him out that apartment. Y'all remember? Anyway, that's Jim Jones. The next rapper that you see in this picture named Big BHRIS from Atlanta. And he another dude I ain't hear about till recently. And he's been arrested for attempted murder. He's charged with allegedly shooting Atlanta cops 6 times on Monday, February the 7th. He is also identified as an alleged member of the Young Slime Life Bloods. And I never heard of them. I know they're in Atlanta. I know. I understand. But y'all know the people that know what I'm talking about. We ain't really knowing about no Young Slime Life Bloods. But my point is this. Once again, you see how we got another individual in this picture using blood gangbanging for some traction, for some clout. Because you could be a nobody. All you got to do is claim a gang, pick one, and people to start tapping into who you are. That's how it works. But this man named Big BHRIS, like Big Chris, he put the B and said Big BHRIS. So he tried to use blood lingo when he put his name out there to let you know he blood. And he allegedly shot a police officer by the name of David Roberts. And they say as the cop was attempting to arrest him on a warrant from 2021, the cop was shot 4 times in the shoulder, once in the knee, and once in the head. And they said that Big BHRIS is charged with attempt murder and street gang activity. He was denied bail on Tuesday. So here we have it again. Another rapper using gang banging for clout. And we've seen this story a million times already. And I just told y'all the other day, if you take away the gang off the rip, you'll see that some of them don't even have talent. They don't have no charisma. They really have nothing, but they use the gang. They use the hood to create a persona, and then they start believing in that persona. But he from the Young Slime Life Bloods. I don't know their history, but I know one thing for a fact: they ain't been around that long. And I already know they'll branch off from something else. So this dude, he shot a cop allegedly 6 times, and he's on lockdown with no bail. But like I said, my whole point is these are the reasons why hip hop music, rap, drill, whatever you want to call it, the main reason is hot and it's under fire by law enforcement because all these dudes wanted to put the gang in the front because the gang bring money, the gang bring protection. But when it's all said and done, the gang get indicted. And if the gang don't get indicted, when their career start blowing up, they'll leave the gang in the hood. That's how this thing works. Snoop Dogg is a master of that. Jim Jones is the master of that. And a whole lot of others. We ain't going to get into that. We already seen how when Lil Wayne left Cash Money, he started waving that red flag. His career went to a whole nother level. We seen that already. We see Game build his career off that red flag. And now recent times, we seen the Crips doing it. All they got to do is wave that flag. Boom, they take off. That's it. We seen Cardi B do it. Once you see it in that red, what happened? She took off. Because remember, yeah, she had the love of hip-hop crowd, but then she had a whole nother crowd when she started dripping that red. They putting it out there. Her rap career took off. And did you see Cardi don't even win on red no more like that? She be chilling. That's how I go. That's all I'm saying. That's how I go. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm just saying, when you look at Big BHRIS in that picture, 9 times out of 10 as a rapper, you wouldn't even took him serious. I didn't even heard his raps. He might got talent. I don't know. I'm going to check him out. But when you see that picture off the rip, you wouldn't even take him serious. But being that he claiming blood, you might give him a little listen and see what he's talking about. And that's how the whole recipe works. They understand that gang banging brings in millions of dollars. It's a marketing tool. That's how it works. Look, if you're a rapper, you gang bang, you guarantee at least 100,000 sales. You guarantee at least 100,000 streams, sales, whatever. If you gang bang off the rip, that's a guaranteed fan base. And they've been pimping that for a long time. And now I'm going to get into another individual who's been pimping, Mr. Wack 100. And I don't got nothing against Wack. I told y'all who Wack was. I told you Wack was a troll, a gangster troll. He going to troll you to death. And I also told y'all that Wack 100 wanted some of that 6ix9ine money and some of that New York money. I told y'all this a long time ago. In the video I did months ago, it's like 400 views. Ain't nobody hear what I was saying. This was before Clubhouse was even made. This was before they had any business going on. This is after I first seen that video where he sat down with academics and they was talking about the situation. I seen the play a long time ago. But now Wack 100 has confirmed it, and he says he has full control and say-so over Tekashi 6ix9ine's career. And I'm applaud Wack because he did exactly what he said he was going to do. This is what he did. The whole thing is funny. Y'all ain't catch it. See? The whole time they was campaigning against snitches and exposing dudes' paperwork and slandering snitches and promoting snitches because he already knew what he was about to co-sign. And he also knew he had to shut down New York because New Yorkers was the main ones on 6ix9ine neck when all this happened. Let's rewind. Rewind. Remember when this happened with 6ix9ine? The main people that was destroying 6ix9ine was New York City. Everybody was dissing him. Everybody was joking him, making memes. The whole New York. Calling him a rat. But when Wack 100 sat down with him, and you know what I'm saying, he didn't hide about it. He was outright. A lot of y'all felt like, well, if Wack could do it, it's cool then. But I understand Wack is a businessman. 6ix9ine is a businessman. I get it. But see, what y'all don't understand is it was a little bit of business being mixed up with a lot of other stuff. It was a lot of stuff being mixed up. And by the time it was all said and done, you was confused and you ain't know what side to go on. And you forgot about Mel shotting them. And some feel like that was their fault. They shouldn't have violated him. And some people basically, after a while, they gave 6ix9ine a pass. I get it. And maybe one day 6ix9ine will be able to come back to New York. But when he went to LA, they already knew what they was doing. It's about business. I get it. But my point is this. Whack 100 has admitted he has full control over 6ix9ine. He is officially his manager. So everybody who has something to say about 6ix9ine, what y'all got to say about that? And we also heard the story about in the hood how people like to pick and choose who's a snitch and who's not a snitch. We also heard in the hood how people that hang around a snitch and what they'll say. Well, he ain't tell on me. We know about all the sayings. But my point is this. None of y'all was bold enough to try to be down with 6ix9ine, or, you know, y'all would have never did this until Whack 100 made it cool. And some people feel like what they feel about Clubhouse. I'm not going to get into that. It's a good platform for communication. It is what it is. But my point is this. Whack 100 is going to be making money. He's going to be cashing out. And he put the play right in everybody's face, and nobody's seen it happen. And a lot of grown men, they ran to Whack 100. They ran up under his wing. And it is what it is. And he sat there and told you he do not respect New York Bloods. So that's why I got to give it to Whack, because you know what? He say stuff out his mouth. And he don't care how nobody take it. He say what he say. He don't bite his tongue. I give him that. So I can't knock a man that say what he gonna do, tell you where he stand on it. I can't be mad at that man. You know why? Because he told you what he was gonna do, but a lot of y'all ain't see the play. And my only reason why I'm making this point is because a lot of people was campaigning against 6ix9ine. A lot of YouTubers was going at his head. A lot of people was anti-6ix9ine until Whack 100 made him cool again. That's my whole point. So I'm showing you how some people are disloyal. Some people will always sell out. Some people will always run to be up under another man if he got a certain amount of money. Nobody really stood on nothing. And remember, yes, it's just entertainment. This ain't personal. But I want some of y'all to look at yourself in the mirror. I'm talking about the ones that had so much to say about 6ix9ine, about he's a rat, he ratted. The ones that had all that rat talk. And now most of y'all are already on Clubhouse doing y'all thing. So I want y'all to look yourself in the mirror and see how y'all all hypocrites. Y'all been finessed. And Whack 100 is getting that money. And I give it to Whack because he didn't hide his hand. He didn't deal with 6ix9ine behind the scenes. He dealt with it outright. And it's sad to say that a lot of people from my city would do anything for $1 and they don't stand on nothing no more. And we see this behavior happen with a lot of people. Right now, I could take, all I got to do is flash a certain amount of bread and I could make a dude do something to his own homeboy. It's some dudes that'll violate their own mother for the right price. That's just what it is. But my point is this. All y'all who have something to say about 6ix9ine being a rat, y'all said that Harv, Shotty, Nuke was your man. Y'all said Mel was your mans. You said you represent NYC, the homies. But it's mighty funny. A lot of y'all be on Clubhouse chilling. And I told y'all that 6ix9ine he got some type of profits out of that, allegedly. And if he don't, well, what you got to say about Whack dealing with 6ix9ine? Since you're so real right. What you got to say about that? Especially you non-trade niggas. Especially you UBN individuals. What you got to say about that? Since you so solid. But I hear the pre-records and I see all y'all ran the Clubhouse, but y'all the same ones that was calling 6ix9ine a rat. So I'm going to show you frauds and I'm going to show you suspect behavior, that none of these dudes are solid, and some of them actually ran off the page because I watched the numbers jump. See, I do that on purpose. When I talk certain numbers, I see the numbers jump. I see when people start dipping out the room. That's how I know who be watching me. Some of these same dudes that was calling 6ix9ine a rat was the same dude. They the same dudes be on Clubhouse right now. Now that Wack told you he co-signed 6ix9ine, what you gonna do about that? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but keep running y'all mouth. That's it. And I ain't mad at none of y'all. I just, I gotta speak my piece. And I want to show you how a lot of you dudes are hypocrites. And you're frauds. And you ain't my homie. You know why? Because you don't stand on nothing. Y'all don't stand on nothing. All y'all can talk about is what you did back in the day. And most of your stories are going to, see, you got to understand, I'm going to say this one more time. A lot of you so-called homies with no integrity, y'all got gaps in y'all career. None of y'all stories don't really exist after 2000. I'm going to definitely say 2005 and up. Y'all story is erased. Y'all didn't put in no work in a modern era. I'm talking about from 2020 on back. I'll give it that much. Y'all only could co-sign each other jail stories and jail history. Because when it came into the 2020s, the 20 teens and all that, y'all wasn't busting no guns. Y'all wasn't moving no work. Y'all was not up and down the East Coast. Y'all was not painting no towns red. All you have is jail stories. And it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Because y'all paved the way. Y'all put in that work. Y'all laid it down. But y'all got a whole bunch of stuff y'all be skipping over. And when y'all skip over certain things, it shows that y'all left out certain integrity. Y'all left out certain morals and principles when y'all be running. And y'all don't stand on nothing. That's all I'm saying. I ain't dissing y'all. And like I said, a couple of them, they ran out the room quick because they know I'll be talking to them. But that's how this works. So salute the Wack 100 for outright telling everybody that he officially has taken over 6ix9ine career and he is that boy manager. And that's on Power Root. So it is what it is. But for you NYC dudes, you NYBs and all of that, that had a lot to say about how Shotty your man and Melly was your man and the Billies this, the Billies that. Y'all the same dudes over there right now on two knees, bowed down. Just know that. And I told y'all behind the scenes, they be laughing. I told y'all this months ago. But anyway, that's a dead topic. And it's mighty funny, this man Jimmy talking about super violate. I told you, man, these dudes is clowns, man. I'm going to leave that at that. Anyway. What else been going on? 50 Cent has something to say about Moneybag Joe, your president. And I told y'all, I'm going to say it this last time. You see every topic I just touched on, except for Big BHRIS, all the old celebrities have been popping back out, and they took over the airwaves of trending. They all trending now. All entertainers, celebrities are trending. And you see all of the so-called underground rappers, drill rappers, they have taken a setback. 50 Cent took to his Instagram to comment on President Joe Biden's now $30 million harm reduction plan. Y'all know I spoke about this the other day, how they giving out them crack pipes. And I told y'all how a lot of these fiends are going to be telling on people, setting them up. If they're getting clean crack pipes, who are they going to have to buy their drugs from? But you don't understand that the fiend you're going to be selling that work to, he's in a program. And one day they're going to use him like Pookie, and he's going to make a hand-to-hand sale off of you. And this is something they got into place. So I know it's deeper than just the crack pipe. The crack pipe is the representation on a program they're about to start running. And it's called setting niggas up. But anyway, 50 Cent has something to say. He said, okay, I don't understand what's going on now. 50 Cent said, let's just get him some crack too. Basically. He said, everybody loves crack. Now in 2020, 50 made it clear he is not a fan of the president. Basically, he said he was not a fan of Joe Biden's tax plan. 50 also said that he threatened to lead the country if Biden beat former President Trump. Because a lot of people don't know that 50 Cent actually had endorsed Trump after hearing about Biden's tax plan. So for those that don't know, Biden is taking money from the rich. He's taxing them. Some of them don't like that. But anyway, 50 Cent has spoken out about this issue of the crack pipes. And this whole situation went over a lot of people's head because y'all got to understand how this game works. These are going to be crackheads on the payroll. They do the same thing with the people that so-called be trying to get them off the dog food, where they can go shoot up. Y'all also know the game, especially for my bros that used to sell that food. Y'all already know how they send them agents at you. And we also know that agents, you know, the fiends is the first people that tell on you. Now, if you don't give a fiend what they want, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell on you, especially if they're on that dope. So they have learned this a long time ago. That's why they'll catch a fiend at the lowest point and then get them to go do a buy and bust sale. They'll get them to go purchase a hand-to-hand. The police will get them that $20, that $30, that $50, so they can get them a hit and line you up. Well, now that they got all these new crack pipes, those are going to be a whole bunch of fiends got to go out here and buy this work. And some of y'all going to serve them and get set up. And that's how this is going to work. This is just an operation they got in play. Meanwhile, while this is going on, the gun unit is going to be working on foot. Meanwhile, the 5G technology and the cameras are all tuned in with the voice recognition, the face scanning, the body scanning, all that's going to be going all at one time. So I don't know how far people are going to get, but 50 Cent, at least he did speak out about the crack pipes. $30 million. You got to fathom in your mind how many crack pipes that is. And that's how many fiends are going to be working, allegedly. Also, this clown, y'all see how this clown stay in the news every day now? Kanye West, y'all see that, right? Every day, all day, 24/7, Kanye West back in the algorithm. He back all trending everywhere, all over the place. All this is by design. Y'all remember yesterday when I told you about all the rappers that's coming back out? Mind you, that was just for February. February got about 8 albums about to drop between now and period. That's just for February. So what I'm trying to tell you, remember, these celebrity rappers, they are investments. Y'all remember they signed contracts. And a lot of those contracts they signed before the pandemic haven't been fulfilled. They are still obligated to their contracts. So now you're going to see a lot of these old rappers popping back out to fulfill their contract and meet their obligations. That's why you see Snoop Dogg, old ass, back in the news trending. You see JIMJONES back in the news trending. You see Kanye West trending again. 50 Cent. You see how it go, you see how it all go. Nicki Minaj. It's a cycle how it works. And my point is this: Kanye West had the dumbness to say, now he asking God to bring his family back. He's asking God to bring his family back. Do you hear this dude? After all those shenanigans. Also, who put themselves back in the trending news is Floyd Mayweather. Remember Floyd Mayweather, another one that said he's going to continue to wear Gucci. He don't care what nobody say. He's another one. Well, magically for Black History Month, Floyd Mayweather was at the Laker game handing out $100 bills to the kids. Now, I will say this, that was very positive of Floyd Mayweather. But was he just giving out hundreds so he could start trending again too? Who knows? Either way, salute to Floyd Mayweather for handing out $100 bills to the kids at the Laker game. And the reason why I know this, because when I go to research this news and I come to bring out something new, it's back to all these old dudes again. These same old dudes we thought was finished. Somehow they all back on the TV, they all back on the internet. They back in position now, and now we see what all the drill rappers, the upcoming artists, they starting to fade. We seen the whole empire get shut down. So you gotta connect the dots. Empire was the major label for the up and coming artists. Empire was the label for the independent up and coming talent. But now we seen Empire got faded. And as Empire got faded, Young Dolph dead, Yo Gotti about to drop an album. Or he already done dropped it. Either way, Yo Gotti come out soon as Young Dolph up out of here. Boom. Yo Gotti back out. I told y'all this yesterday. So we might be looking at the end of independent artists being extra special. It's always going to be underground music. We know that. But now they're going to reverse it and make it back like back in the day, where if you're an up-and-coming artist, you got to do a feature with a big artist first. Then they'll let you shine. Which got me to, oh yeah, I don't want to, yeah, back to Young Dolph. Check this out. Young Dolph alleged killer. The boy straight drop. And check this out, right? When I did the story on Straight Drop a couple weeks ago, and I did a story on how he can't afford his own lawyer, how they can't afford no lawyer and they doing bad. And they might have been set up to do that dirty work. And I had a dude come in my inbox saying, put some respect on Straight Drop name. Basically say he put that work in on Young Dolph. And I hope you're listening right now, Playboy, because I want you to have that same energy, right? But let me get into the story first. Young Dolph alleged killer appeared in court for violation of a sex offender registration. In 2015, Johnson, that's the dude Straight Drop, was convicted of aggravated rape. And he is required to report every March, June, September, and December to the Memphis police. And he did not report in December 2021. And he is in violation of the sex offender tracking and verification. And this same dude, Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, claims he doesn't have the money for a lawyer for this case neither. So basically, homie, you telling me to put respect on a sex offender name, but I want to see you co-sign him now. Because if you co-sign sex offenders, that showed me what type of time you on. Either way, I don't care. But a lot of people didn't even know that the one who clipped Young Dolph allegedly was also a registered sex offender. And then some dudes had the nerve to co-sign this boy. So we already see that this boy had issues. And guess what? He was trying to be a rapper. Now he's in court. He ain't even got no lawyer because their lawyer backed out. And they about to get a court-appointed lawyer. And y'all know what that means. That means he's about to get fried. And not only is he charged with allegedly shooting Young Dolph, he also violated as a sex offender. So let's check that out. And I had a dude had a nerve to tell me to put some respect on Straight Drop name. Like he's somebody. He is a Chester. He is a box snatcher, a tree jumper. That's what he is. He ain't no gangster. Y'all think anybody that busts off a gun is a gangster? No, they not. Straight Drop, Justin John, whatever his name is, he's a registered sex offender, and he didn't check in December. Because remember, he was on the run. So that's my whole point. Y'all quick to co-sign somebody, but you don't even know them like that. You don't even know their whole background. You always quick to co-sign somebody like you grew up with this person. You know everything about them. You stick your chest out. You run your mouth, and come to find out you was co-signing a sex offender. See that? Everybody quick to always say, that's my man. Anyway, did y'all see that video of that man who kicked that 89-year-old woman, drop kicked her? Anyway, the man who did that, he got caught. It happened the other day. A man drop kicked the 89-year-old woman, and he 39 years old. So this woman was 50 years older than him, and he drop kicked her dead in front of the building on camera. And guess what? They caught his dumb ass. The 39-year-old man was charged with assault, reckless endangerment, and menacing. And guess what? He has 48 prior arrests. In the past, he punched a 65-year-old in the face. So we got people like to bang on the elderly. We know that could have been one of our family members. That's why I've been told y'all, put your family on point. I never heard of a man drop kicking an 89-year-old for no reason. And it was an 89-year-old woman. You heard? So we know this man was sick. He did it for no reason. Came out the building, kicked her. And he's caught now. But I'm pretty sure some of y'all saw that video. And she was 50 years older than this man. So what that tell you, man? That's the type of dude you already know when you see him what's supposed to happen to him. Also, some weirdo behavior happened yesterday in New York City on a train. A man tried to rape a 21-year-old. A 21-year-old woman. This dude tried to rape her on the train. Now, guess what? This happened at 10:20 a.m. So it wasn't too early. It was definitely not late. It was 10:20, in the morning. And he tried to rape her on the train. He approached the woman on the E train. He tried to push her into a corner and have his way with her. But she got up out of there and she made it out safe. So what does that tell you? When has you ever heard of people trying to rape people in broad daylight, in the daytime? So we now got a whole lot of proof that what? People ain't who we think no more. And we know what? A lot of weirdos are running the street. They chilling. I brought up this story to tell the woman, make sure when you in public places, already have your hand on something. A knife. Have your hand on a knife when you're walking. What up, P? Y'all see the bro up in here this morning? Grown man talk is in the building. Grown man P. Y'all see my bro up in here? Anyway, we know we're going to chop it up today, bro, like we did yesterday. Me and the bro, we was going live on the gram, you know what I'm saying? Back and forth, kicking it the past couple days. You did anyway. He getting better, you know what I'm saying? But that's a strong brother right there. You understand? That's a strong man. But I'm back to the women. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. When y'all in public, keep your hand on something. If you got mace, already have your hand on the can. If you got a knife, already walk with the knife on. Had a knife in your hand in your pocket. I'm not playing. For the woman you got, if you strapped up shorty, already have your hand on the grip when you out in public. Because you ain't got time to be pulling nothing out. You got to be ready. Because I told y'all a long time ago, I'm not going to keep repeating this, but I have to. Women, the elderly, and children are under attack. These coward individuals, they don't want no smoke with no man that's going to give them a fight. They don't want that. They want an easy target, an easy prey. That's why I'm telling y'all, always keep your hand on whatever y'all got for protection. Have your hand on it already. You ain't got time to pull out no pocketbook. You ain't got time to dig it. No, have your hand already ready. So as soon as somebody start talking crazy, looking crazy, somebody walk up on you, you already know what you're supposed to do. Because we got a story of a man that what? drop kick the elderly person. We got a story of a man that tried to rape a girl in broad daylight. Also, we got another situation of a weirdo. In this particular woman, she left her 8-month-old baby in a car on purpose. Some people say she was trying to give her baby away and get her baby snatched up because she went into Green Acres Mall in Long Island. People in New York know what I'm talking about. The woman left the 8-month-old in a car in the back seat. She left the doors unlocked and left the car running. And the woman that did it, her name was Moesha Prince. She was 24 years old. And she is responsible for leaving her child unattended. The child was placed in family custody. So good thing a good Samaritan seen what happened and they alerted the authorities. But this particular woman, she tried to set her child up to be taken. Now, you going to tell me that is not filed? She went in the mall with the car running with the 8-month-old in the back seat and left the doors unlocked. Like she wanted somebody to jack the car and take the baby. But she got busted. So I got to reverse it now. It's not just weird men. We got some weird women out here. And a lot of these women, some of them, they are losing it. They already lost it and they losing it. And it's sad to say some of these women are even getting smoked because of their foul behavior. Because I'm pretty sure the father of this child, if he found out what she did to his child, I'm pretty sure he'll be ready to smoke something. And I'm going to give a disclaimer on that. We live in a time now where you can't be putting nothing past nobody. Check on your people. That's the saying. Check on your people. Definitely check on these kids, these babies. You got to make sure they're in a secure household. Because your baby mama might be tweaking. And she pull a stunt like this. These are the realities we got to look at. But this chick been caught, but she wanted somebody to steal her child. So that just show you what time we in. I covered just about everything. Also, on the light end of things, they're going to be filming a new drama series in East New York, Brooklyn. That's my hood, all right? They're going to be filming a new TV show, something like Law and Order. It's going to be on CBS. But the main reason why I brought up this story is because in this particular TV show, it's going to be showing a woman who has been promoted to a captain in East New York, right? And it's going to be showing how her and a diverse group of officers and detectives are going to be doing work in the street. And it's also going to be showing an aspect of gentrification on how, you know, Brooklyn is changing. A lot of neighborhoods are changing. And what y'all don't understand is for these neighborhoods to change, a lot of people have to be taken off of the street. So that's why a lot of things are going to turn up. That's why Joe got the money invested into those crack pipes. That's why he just came to New York City and had that conversation. That's why drill music is being shut down. Because these new apartments they building, a lot of them are going for $300,000. So you got to understand what type of people are going to be living in these apartments. And we already know a lot of these apartments are already in the hood. And my point is this: the hood you think you from, the hood you think you live in, it ain't the same hood no more. That's another thing I wanted to talk about too real quick before I get out of here. The hood ain't the hood no more. A lot of our hoods have been remixed. And this goes for you dudes, once again, the gangsters that be outside. That hood you in, claiming gang, ain't the same hood it used to be. Basically what I'm saying, a lot of hoods got softer. You know why? Because they've been gentrified. You got all type of people walk down the block in best style with their dogs, happy as can be. Y'all saw that boy. Y'all see that boy, Action Kid. For those that know, you know Action Kid, the Chinese boy that walk around with the camcorder, the Asian, allegedly. No disrespect. He walk around New York City. I done seen that boy walk through Brownsville, East New York, Harlem, Bronx. I done seen him walk through every hood with that camera. And you know it was a time that could never happen. But it does now. So that's my point, to show you how these hoods ain't even the same hoods no more. So you talking about you outside like a gangster, lobby boy, those ain't even the same lobbies. The hood ain't the same no more. Y'all know that. It's still a hood, but it ain't the same hood. Because we know it was a time with certain neighborhoods, nobody would never be walking no dog. Nobody would never be walking through your hood with no camcorder. And nothing happened. So my point is, the hoods have been remixed. Yeah, some of them got the same name. They're in the same location, but they not the same hood no more. We know this. Y'all know this. But my point is, you're going to see even a more drastic change. The hood is going to be sweet in a little while longer. It's going to be very sweet. How we know that? Because we already know the jails are being overcrowded. We know that jail has been sped up. We already know what's going on with the jail. We already know about the people passing away from being sick. And we already know about the people that's getting sent to the grave. So these numbers are going to triple and multiply in a couple more years. And like I said, when you look up, your hood is going to be totally remixed with high security, aka 5G network. That's how that's going to work. But anyway, for those that pulled up, I'm going to do a recap. I'm going to do a recap real quick because Snoop Dogg has been pointed out, and a particular woman going by the name of Jane Doe said that Snoop Dogg and Bishop Don Magic Juan did her dirty. The woman said she claimed Snoop Dogg forced oral sex on her back in 2013. And she said she attended one of his shows in Anaheim, California. After the show, the woman claimed Bishop Don Magic Juan, you know, pimping. She said Don Magic Juan offered her a ride home. And she said she fell asleep in the car. When she woke up, she was at Don Magic Juan house. And she said when she was at Don Magic Juan house, she said Don Magic Juan pulled his rod out and waved it in her face and started jamming it down her throat. And when he was finished, he gave her a dress and told her to put it on. And he said, come on, we're going to Snoop Dogg studio, allegedly. And the woman said when she got to Snoop Dogg studio, her stomach was hurting, probably because of what happened with Don Magic Juan, allegedly. I don't know. That's an old man. But anyway, allegedly, when she got to Snoop Dogg house, her stomach was messed up, she say, and she had to go to the bathroom. And when she went to the bathroom to take a dump, she said Snoop Dogg slid up in the bathroom and he put his crotch in her face. And he was trying to get him some brain while she was on the toilet. That's what she said, allegedly. That's in the report. And my opinion is, if this is true, there's some nasty individuals. But we know women lie about stuff like this. So we're going to give Snoop Dogg a little leeway. Because this is all alleged information. This is all alleged. But she said while she was on the toilet, Snoop Dogg came in there. And she says Snoop Dogg didn't give her the job because basically he was trying to say that her head wasn't good and she wasn't really into it like that. And that's what she's claiming in this report. And she also saying that, you know, she was scared. She was scared of Don Magic Juan pimping too. That's what she said. She was scared of Don Magic Juan. And Don, you know, after the situation, Don told her, come in and take a picture with Snoop. And she said she took the picture with Snoop. And like I said, she said Snoop didn't want to hire her when it was all said and done. So we don't know what's up with this situation, but they coming at Snoop Dogg neck. Snoop Dogg is supposed to be performing at the Super Bowl this week, and Snoop Dogg has just brought Death Row Records. So we're gonna see how this play out. Either way, Snoop Dogg is back in the news and he's trending. That's what he's doing. Snoop Lion, Rastaman, Snoop Dogg the pastor, gospel rap, Snoop Dogg the big OG Crip Lope, insane Crip. He back in position again. That's what he doing. I also spoke about Jim Jones, how he was crying. He said he was hurt that the black people in the Gucci store ain't show him no love. When on May 25th of 2019, this the same dude that said he don't care if nobody want to protest Gucci because he's still gonna rock it. But now he want to cry. He want to cry. So you know he's done. And that's on him. He played himself. Nobody care about Gucci, and nobody care about Gucci not want to serve you, Jimmy. You got money. You can shop anywhere you want. You can make your own clothing line. So why are you still crying about Gucci? After they showed you, they don't even want your money. So anyway, that's that for Jim Jones. And like I said again, for those that just pulled up, Jim Jones built his whole career off pimping the blood game. That's what he did. And that's a fact, square business. This is what we get for Black History Month. You're always going to see mockery, foolishness, stupid behavior, because this is Black's history. And when you look back 50 years from now, these dudes are going to be your heroes and your leaders. Snoop Dogg going to be your leader. Jim Jones going to be your leader. These are going to be your Black heroes 50 years from now, whether you like it or not. That's how it's being orchestrated. Also, let me throw this out. We got another clout chaser. Check this out. Y'all know Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray that played Diamond in Players Club. She had the nerve to come out and say that she been to jail. And she been to jail for a bunch of stuff. She also claims that she pistol whipped people. And she also says she got into fights. And this woman had the nerve to also say that she even was shooting at people. So now we got Lisa Ray trying to be gangster. Or shall I say, trying to get clout off her gangster behavior. When y'all know good and well, it was a time in Hollywood where they would never say nothing like this. You're also going to understand how a lot of these entertainers, these actors, they couldn't get no new role unless they play a grimy role. Y'all ain't peeped that out? Even Cicely Tyson last movie, she had to play an evil role. Y'all see the role Mary J. Blige has played on Power. A grimy mother that finesses her kids to do wickedness, sell drugs, kill. Mary's whole image on that TV show is to make a Black woman look bad. Like y'all unfit parents, y'all manipulate y'all kids, and y'all have no parenting skills. That's Mary J. Blige's job in Power. And that whole family is to make a mockery of all families in the hood. If you notice about Power, nobody just can't do right in that movie or that series. Nobody can do right. The boy go to school, he sell drugs. Everybody is foul in Power because that's the image they want to portray. That's how it works. But Lisa Ray will always be known as Diamond the stripper. And we also know what? Let's keep it real, y'all. That movie Players Club has turned out millions of women in America and made them feel like they can be a dancer. Or if you want to be a dancer, that movie is actually the lesson on how to become a stripper. That movie Players Club is stripping 101 for any up-and-coming female that want to be a dancer. And Lisa Ray, she played that role, And we know that will always be her biggest movie. And when we see Lisa Ray, we see Diamond. And now Lisa Ray, her career is going down the gutter, and she is clout chasing. And now she want to tell how she been to jail. She done beat people up, pistol whip chicks, and shot at people. No, she said she has shot people, not shooting at them. She said she shot people. But now she want to get clout off that because it's cool to be gangster now. So there you have it. And I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. I'm about to get up out of here, right? But y'all see what's going on, man. Man, Black History Month is always hilarious. So like I said, we got some more slander news. We got some more ignorance. And that's what it is. Take it or leave it. For those who just pulled up, I also told y'all about how Wack 100 basically came out and told everybody he is now officially 6ix9ine's manager. And it is what it is. More power to him. My whole thing was, a lot of y'all from New York claim y'all was real right gangsters, gangster bloods, or whatever y'all call yourself. And y'all had a lot to say about 6ix9ine telling. So all I want to know is what y'all gonna say now. That's right. America only loves blacks that make money portraying black gangs, and America really despises the real black gangster. That's a good point. That's a good point. Salute to the chat. Bro said, "Why there's no White History Month?" I don't know, bro. Wow. Juice said Lisa Ray is a liar. Yeah, she capping hard. She gonna do anything to get her new movie role. Y'all also seen what Tisha Campbell lied about getting jacked up. She lying to get a role. They doing bad out here. But my point is, you got to see what they doing. They still pulling something off to get their name back out there. We seen NDRE do it. They all gonna do something to get their name back out there, and guess what? It's working. That's all I'm saying. Impervious, this one said nigga history month. Wow. Word, that's a fact, TTV. She said Lisa Ray was herking and lurking. Word, that's a fact. Salute to the chat, though. Definitely salute to everybody that pulled up. Salute to my bro, Grown Man P, man. What up, Valley Girl? I see you. She on Snoop Dogg neck. That's right. Snoop Dogg is a fraud. Y'all better know that. Y'all ain't never seen no rapper put on 5 different costumes and still be relevant. And Snoop Dogg was able to smoke weed legally before anybody else in America. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. He said, yeah, Jim Jones, he's a joke. He's a straight up joke. But don't get it messed up. Jim Jones, there's a lot of people big homie. They love Jim Jones. He their uncle, he their big brother, he their family member. They love him. What up, Royce? From Louisiana. What up? Other than that, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I've been on here almost 2 hours. But we had to touch on these topics. So if you ain't catch it, you gotta go back to the beginning. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Also, let me get back into this dude. Like this dude, Big Chris, aka Big Briss. He another dude claiming blood from a gang called the Young Slime Life Bloods. And he is in jail with no bond for allegedly shooting a police officer 6 times. And I'm gonna say it again. When you look at this picture, it don't look like nothing gangster about him, even though I know looks are deceiving. But we also know he is using that whole blood movement to try to cash out. So there you have it. They all exposed. It is what it is. We got 3 individuals on this screen that have been using gang activity, gang conversation, using the gang to get paid. Meanwhile, the gang is getting indicted and going to jail and dying. That's what's going on. What up, 1090 boy? What up, bro? That's right. Straight Drop is a cookie monster. Straight Drop, aka Justin Johnson, he's a sex offender. And he had the nerve to try to take out Young Dolph, allegedly. And I told y'all he was a hater and a wannabe rapper. But now, I guess he's going to be in there playing with them boys in there because he obviously can't keep his thing to himself. And you got to remember, a lot of sexual predators, when they can't have sex, they'll hump a dog. They'll hump anything. Because those are dudes that are sexual deviant and they can't keep their thing in their pants. They'll hump a bed. They'll hump a doorknob. They'll hump anything. That's what sex offenders do. They hump anything. That's what they do. Anyway, salute to the chat. Episode 102. For No Fame Live to be exact. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe, hit the all notification bell, and I will be back with some more stuff. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Grown Man Talk, the channel. Me and my homie Grown Man P, we do our thing, but he also does his own thing. Do not forget to subscribe because we got some things in store and we want to put y'all on to some things we're going to be doing. Also, I'm going to tell you, watch for the snakes. Watch for the false propaganda. And watch those people that love to stir up the pot and don't know when to shut up. With that note, y'all already know I'm Ghost. One.